Welcome back, guys. Today we have some hiking news, a large gamut of information that we're going to cover today. So stay tuned because we're going to cover things from Alligator Alcatraz in the Everglades and how close it is to the Florida Trail. We're going to talk about Florida's tax holiday on outdoor gear, hunting, fishing.
Firearms, ammunition, accoutrement, as well as other outdoor items like fishing and bow hunting and things, are going to be tax free from September 8th until December 31st of this year. So you're going to be able to do very well.
Some other gear expo, some search and rescue stories, and I want to solicit your opinion on a couple things as, you know, search and rescue related if, hikers should be charged. So do me a favor, stay tuned and let's get into the video. All right, first up is Alligator Alcatraz. If you're not hip to the news or you haven't seen anything lately, well, basically what's going on is there's an immigrant detention facility that's it is built and it is operational, and it is now in the Florida Everglades on an old abandoned runway. The runway has been there, and there's some issues with development in the Everglades, and this I guess conversation isn't meant to be political. This is simply just stating facts. I'm not going to get into anything of that nature, but I just thought it was cool to mention that this facility, and there's a lot of protesting and a lot of opposition to this with the development and its use cases. But what I thought about cool, not even cool with it, but that it is 10 miles from the southern terminus of the Florida Trail. Now, there is no impact on the Florida Trail itself, and to my knowledge from going down there's no local parks in that area, anything that would impact as far as recreation. But if you are in the area, yeah, it's gonna be about 10 miles in the middle of nowhere from the southern terminus of the Florida Trail, and I believe the closest city to it is like 80 miles. So I'll pop some information up on the screen so you can get an idea of, what's going on down there, and where it's at in relation to the Everglades and Big Cypress and the Florida Trail and its terminus. So I just thought that was an interesting fact, but I don't know that there'll be any impacts to hiking, camping, backpacking. But right now, there's going to be a lot of extra traffic down there, and it will continue to be for the foreseeable future. So just keep that in mind. But that's pretty much all. This isn't a political debate. This is just information as far as where it's at and the impacts it may, pose on the general area. So next is the Switchback Gear Expo, which is a twice a year business and education gathering for outdoor professionals and gear industry companies, with exhibits that they can, meet face to face and, put on display new and upcoming products. I didn't get to attend this year, but I look forward to attending one in the future just to do some, gear reviews and meet some cool people in the outdoor industry. If you're one of them, drop me a comment below. I'd like to meet you and hang out, talk. But they had one. I believe it was this past month. And they have one coming up in New Orleans in the spring in 2026. I won't get into everything that this expo had because there is a ton of exhibits there, but there's a lot of different blogs and things that talk about what gear's upcoming. So what I'll do is while I'm talking, I'll pop up a couple cool products that were highlighted from different professionals and users online that I thought were pretty neat, and I'll put a link in the description with more information on not only this event, but some of the cool products that were brought up and are innovative and will be coming to a trailhead near us, hopefully, or in your backpack soon. Specifically, there was a couple in there that I thought were unique, and I'd like to give them a try. So check it out. Check the description. I'll link it here. Forgive me, but this seems to be like an upcoming event or a growing event that more people should check out and attend. So yeah, maybe I'll see you at the next one. If you haven't seen it yet, it's all over social media. It's all over Instagram and Facebook. But the Meta AI Oakley glasses, not what you would think as far as a piece of hiking or backpacking gear per se, but just as a content creator, outdoorsman, um, somebody who uses sunglasses for multiple use cases and also creates, obviously YouTube videos. I just thought these would be cool as like a all-in-one kind of package. They look sporty. They have a 3K camera inside of them, which is an upgrade from battery and multiple other things from the Ray-Ban Metas. There's a bunch of reviews online, so I won't get into the actual review of them. But I'm interested in getting them and kind of using them as a device for creation. So you can kind of get like a POV view of um, you know adventure from not just me but other creators. I know that in the new iOS update coming out to new iPhones, they're going to update what is in Samsung phone called Director's Cut, where you can get your selfie camera and that your front-facing camera simultaneously film, so that it's kind of like a both sides of the camera vlog style. I have a short up on my feed somewhere that kind of displays its capabilities. So, but I just thought that these glasses look cool. I'm specifically interested in like the all black ones when they come out. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Are these something that you're interested? Would you try? Would you rock on the trail? I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see. I'm pricing's a little up there, but so are GoPros, so are cameras, so are cell phones, anything else. So definitely tell me what you think below. Are you grabbing one? What are you doing with them? And what do you think? Okay, this only affects you if you live in Florida. So if you do, awesome, you're going to take benefit of this. If you don't, well, then this is just something for you to push for with your local legislation. But basically, the governor has signed where there is a tax holiday on hunting, camping, and fishing supplies from September to December. The dates and information I'll leave below, but specifically for hiking, camping, backpacking, hunting, tents, stoves, chairs, fishing supplies, and firearms are all covered. Now, just be advised, these aren't, you're not going to be able to go and find your expensive cottage gear brands that you can really benefit from this, because there's a price range. A lot of it is like $200 and below or $50 and below for hammocks, which typically isn't quality gear, I guess you can say. I know that's controversial, but you get what I'm saying. So most of the gear that a lot of thru hikers or seasoned hikers use is bought offline, made in Canada from something that's $500. So yeah, but hey, nevertheless, there's a tax break on these items: hunting, fishing, camping, guns, trekking poles, tackle boxes. So if you're in the market for any of this stuff, check it out. Read the breakdown of how you'll benefit from it, and maybe save a couple bucks. Okay, here we go. So these always blow my mind. I'm going to pop this up on the screen and kind of talk about this when the time comes. But the headline reads, "A family of 11 was rescued off a hiking trail in Arizona for extreme heat." 5 adults, 6 kids, 10 a.m. were unable to continue this trail, so they called 911. And they're very young, ages from like 3 to 15, with parents, and they were going through a dehydration type issue with extreme heat from like 115 degrees. Not only is this irresponsible, but come on, this is extremely preventable. I mean, water costs close to nothing. And if you're going to take out not only yourself but others, and you're not prepared for this, this is absolutely insane. And you know, I don't know who these people are, but man, if you guys need some help, please reach out. I'd be happy to just talk with you about preparation. And man, we have a whole community of people here that watch these videos and are on YouTube and everywhere else that talk about this kind of thing. So, and I just made a whole video on it, but it continues to happen. So that's why I continue to make it a priority. Yeah, that's why I enjoy taking people out. I actually have I have something here in the next couple weeks where I'll be taking a group of people out. And while I'm out there, I always talk about these major cases in Florida, California, and Arizona, like such, where it's dehydration and heat. So, yeah, I mention that every chance I can. And what that does is this leads me into my next story. Family of 4 rescued after getting separated amid a 90-degree hike in Florida. And basically, a family with, again, young kids got separated, and they had to be rescued by, deputies in the woods in Florida, in west coast of Florida. And yeah, basically, and it's 90 degrees. Don't get me wrong, you can't get separated, you know, um, in general, but when it's 90 degrees, this is now a life or death situation. It took multiple hours for deputies and search and rescue people to find this crew. And I'll put some information up on the screen, or some body camera if I can find it. But again, this is just another irresponsible dehydration, life or death situation. So prepare. I don't get it. If you get it, I don't get it. So, closing out, there's a story that I seen that I sort of agree with, and it may help with this kind of issue. There is a sheriff in, I believe it's Washington, that believes that, you know, there needs to be creative ways to deter irresponsibility. And I quote, "I need to find a creative way to deter the current behavior we are witnessing while attempt to recoup the financial burden placed on our county," the sheriff says. Basically, long story short, people are being irresponsible. They're having to get rescued, and it's costing the department and taxpayers money just because of irresponsibility.
Several $100s an hour to fly a helicopter, and then of course the gas for the other vehicles, the salaries. If you totaled it up, I would say it could run in the tens of thousands of dollars pretty quickly.
Officials say if you ever become lost in the forest, stay in one place. Try to call or text 911. Conserve your phone battery. Drop a location pin if possible, and never hike without water, a map, or a fully charged device.
I'm not, I don't advocate either way for the financial or the political aspect of it. I'm just here for the safety aspect of it. But if this deters people and is a way to educate people, then I guess I'm all for it. So that being said, what's your opinion on this? People aren't, in my opinion, only People aren't going to learn unless there's a reason for them to learn and they're forced to learn. And this could be a way, if you're out on the trail and you didn't feel like bringing enough water, well, guess what? If we have to come out and get you because of your irresponsible activity, then there's going to be a price to pay for that, literally. So I will close out this video, but I just wanted to bring in some updated news for you guys pertaining to a whole gamut of things. I like to bring this to you guys often so that you can stay up to date with current events, news, prepare yourself, and check out things that you may not have known about in the hiking, backpacking, Florida, community. So if you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you think. Would you try this gear out? What's your thoughts on the whole, being charged to be rescued situation? And yeah, whatever else you think you ever want to talk about, I'll be down in the comments waiting for you. So I thank you, all my subscribers. I thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video.